Test 1 2. Looks like we're good. Now then, guys, how we all doing? Here's something a bit different for you. We're not on the sea, and these don't look like worms. Well, I suppose some of them do kind of look like worms, but they're not, are they? That's right. I finally succumb. Finally got my stuff in order. I don't know what you want to say. I'm going to take that off and redo it. But yeah, finally got sorted and got myself. So that to me looks like it's too big for that rig. That hook. I finally got sorted. Okay, I'll finish my sentence eventually. And got some freshwater lure fishing stuff. Let's try one of these guys out. Not in there. Nope, not in there. Oh, what's in there now? Yeah. Finally got sorted and got some freshwater stuff. So, I've done it. I'm not going to lie to you. I've done a couple of sessions. Oh, I see, that still looks like it's going to be coming too far down the lure. Let's put a smaller, see if I can find a smaller jig head. I know I've got some somewhere while I'm talking. So yeah, finally got my life sorted to an extent. And yeah, I can't get to the river anywhere near as much as I'd want to. Or to the sea anywhere near as much as I'd want to at the moment. So I've succumbed. I'll tell you what, we'll put that straight on. Actually, that's the jig head that I want. Put that in there. And I mean, those of you that have been around on the channel for a while know that this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long period of time. I've been wanting to come and start and take up lure fishing. And then I saw the Awful Anglers video, and he's managed to, he's taken it up. Alex, the Awful Angler, really does put a lot of miles into his videos, guys. Please do go check him out. And I saw that he'd managed to get started, so I thought, well, we've got friends in common. So I reached out to a couple of them. So can you help me, you know, figure out what gear I need and so on and so forth? And they did. They were really, really nice, really helpful. And that's Mike from Mike's Rigs. Oh, hoy. Excuse me. Hopefully you'll see him on upcoming videos, because we've got some interesting things planned with a few of the guys. So hopefully you'll see him on an upcoming video soon. There we go. Anyway, I'm waffling because I'm trying to do two things at once. Sorry, I'm going to have to take my hands off camera. So anyway, I finally got some information that I wanted. I finally got some answers that I wanted. So I thought, yeah, let's take the plunge. I can't get to the seaside at the moment. I can, but I just haven't the time. For me, going to the seaside is 2 hours round trip. Well, sorry, 2 hours each way, not round trip. So, yeah, I have to plan the trips accordingly, and I've just not had the time to do it. So, I got myself a little light spin fishing gear and thought I'd give it a go. Here's what I purchased. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. So we've got the Fox Rage Prism 2500, and then the Lamastique from LMAB in medium, 7 to 28 gram, 2.8 meter. And I've been really enjoying myself. I've had a couple of trips out. I've only caught one fish, so I don't even know if this video is actually going to go out, because if it's boring and there's no fish, I shan't bother. But yeah, let me finish getting myself set up. I'll roll my sea intro, because it's the only intro I've got, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'll speak to you in a little bit. So yeah, I thought to myself, what can I do where I can still get, because for me, fishing is as much about a peace of mind and as much about getting out your own headspace as it is the act of actually fishing. Oh, it's got a knock then. Oh, if I pick some weed up, it feels a little heavy. No weed. So I thought, what can I do? I've not actually seen what this lure's swimming like. Oh, it's lovely. Falls nice and fast. Yeah, and it's, oh yeah, I like that. Looks good. Yeah, it's as much about just getting out and getting out your own headspace as it is anything else. So this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but never known what to do, what to get. Never had the information that I needed to start. So I reached out. Right, I need to reel in the boat coming. What I'm going to do, we're exploring this length of canal here, and I'm just going to go to the other side of the lock.
Thanks for watching boat trip, he said.
It's alright, you got about half a mile, then you got another one.
No, it's okay, we're stopping at the pub.
Oh, you're going to the pub? All right, can't blame you then. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think, as I said in an upcoming review video, because I've sent some lures for review, I shan't directly give away my locations, but if people want to ask, I'm not going to keep them secret. And there's certain things, I don't know if it's on camera, there's certain things that are kind of going to give it away. I'm right at the end of the Calder and Hebel navigation, fishing Wakefield Angling Club waters. Yes, I am a member. And we've got this lovely stretch of river out here as well. So we've got a stretch of canal and a stretch of river I can get to quite easily. So, but we're going to explore the river later on. Just watching, there's a young family just lure fishing for some pike down there. I was just watching their lure shimmy through the water. But I'm just going to have a couple of, I don't like heights, so this is a little unnerving for me, so you have to excuse me if I don't go too close to the edge. But I'm just going to have a little shimmy in this lock area. And all I'm doing is letting I'm what they call jigging at the moment. So I'm letting my lure hit bottom, 2 cranks, letting it fall. Watching my line, watching for the slack. And the reason I'm sort of talking through what I'm doing is I want your advice, because this is all new to me. When I say I've had a couple of goes, I mean I've had a few hours at it. The benefit of this type of fishing to me is I'm 10 minutes from home. So it's dead easy for me to come and do for 5-10 minutes. I look like a moron talking to a camera on my chest. No, I just had a follower then. Let's move up a little bit. I tend to find, or the only fish I've had has been in a lock, right where the water's spraying. Obviously it's oxygenated, which to my very limited understanding tends to bring the perch on the feed, which is what I'm after. I'm after perch. I'm not after pike, not yet. Get my confidence up and get my gear level up. I'm not really geared for pike. I haven't got what I need for the correct type of fish care. So I'm just after a little perch. So I'm using a little micro jig head. A small jig head, not a micro, but a small. That was not going to catch anything up there on the bank, am I? I've got a 5 gram on and a little, well, we saw it in the intro, didn't we? A little jointed shad. The water clarity is medium-ish, so I've gone with something with a little bit of colour, a little bit of silver flake. Found a snag. Let's try the other direction. I've not got polarised glasses, so I can't cheat, I can't look. Although having had a boat just go through here, actually, it is churned up a little bit, so perhaps I want a little bit of colour on my lure. So I don't know. This is all a brand new experience for me. Oh, that was a big swirl over there under the tree. I have got a crankbait. But if that was weeds, so I'm just going to do a slow retrieve. So is anything following it? No, there isn't. You know what, just for fun. I mean, I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm just going to have a cast over here into the river. I'm probably going to lose this lure the moment I do it, but so I have got a crankbait and the river isn't really flowing, so snag. I knew I'd find a snag. But yeah, now I think the boat has passed through. I'm just going to go back up to the canal. That might have been a fish, actually. Let's go back up to the canal and fish that area that I was looking at, because I want to learn a little bit more. Because the other benefit of this type of fishing to me is everybody's enjoying it. So the missus, she's got not got a posh setup, but she does have a setup. No, you're all right. Oh, that would a bite. Oh, that's a bite. Oh, I missed it. No, you do you, get fella. Don't worry about me. Sorry? I'm brand new to it. I've only had a couple of sessions. Yeah. I would if I lived there. Oh dear. Well, it's done it longer than I've had like 3 hours at it. Yeah. And only fish I had were up at the other lock. Yeah. Definitely got a tack down there. Yeah, just seen a fish swirl the surface. Yeah, in the car park. Yeah. Right, no worries, I'll go park at top end. No, it's all right. I mean, I asked a couple of... Okay. Yeah, no worries. Matthew, I'm not going... Are you going out? Are you out for a while? Right, so slight change of venue. And I'm going to walk down to where I was previously. But we've had to move because the kind gentleman who lives in what I would call the lockkeeper's cottage said that he's locking the gate, so we had to move. It's no bother. I appreciate the heads up. But this is an area of canal that me and the missus have come to for the last 3 or 4 days. We've just spent the odd half hour here and there. I've just had the one up at the locks at the other end, and I just went and scouted that other place yesterday. So where we were just fishing, where I've just moved from, I went and had a look at that yesterday. And we're going to head back down there, but I'm just going to head back down there on foot. That's for lock the car as well, doesn't it? I thought, as I've been come back up here, I thought might as well fish my way back down. That's the plan, at least. Oh. That was a nice strong cast. What I'll do, so I'm not interfering with these guys, though, I'm going to go to the other side of their boat. Being a sea fisherman, you know, it's kind of ingrained in me to be a bit more courteous than perhaps some would be. I don't know. my experience of coarse angling as a kid was not a fun one with when it came to the majority of other anglers. And sort of, it seems as though that stigma hasn't really changed. Whenever anybody wants to talk to you, they're always hesitant. But whereas when you're on the beach, people always usually seem a bit more chilled out, I suppose. So anyway, I'm going to move. Talk to you in a bit. So yeah, I've just started moving down. I'm going to go back down the bottom end and try some different colours. Speaking to a couple of fellas on one of the barges, one of the canal boats, who were just sat having a bit of a fish, and they said that the fish up the top end, there was a match, so they're going to be really well fed. So I'm just going to move back down to where I was, because I think the boundary, they said, was not that far. So I move and I'll start up again down there. See you in a bit. So as per usual, just had a perch. I'll put it on the screen now. But as per usual, the GoPro crapped out. But I've come down onto the river and I've changed to what's called a swing ball. It's a Frox Rage swing ball. Only 6 centimetre. I'm still just jigging. I'm not trying the crankbait just yet. There's lots of fish turning at the surface and coming out after flies, so I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know whether I should have changed. I am getting pecked to buggery on the swing ball though, and I'm only pleasure fishing, so you know, I don't mind missing a few. But yeah, I'll put a picture on the screen. And I'm just casting about. I mean, what a gorgeous setting. I've tried sort of in there. I haven't quite got a heavy enough jig on to get under those trees. That might change. I might put a heavier jig on. I've tried getting under that set of trees there, but didn't quite make it. And I'm still doing what I was doing on the canal. 2 winds, let it fall. 2 winds, let it fall. But I'm finding that fishing upstream, so against the current, is easier. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. There's fish turning all over the surface, so I don't know. Tempted to try the spinner again. I really don't know. And the size, so I might try actually just to retrieve across the surface. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Let's not let it sink, and let's just do a slow retrieve across the surface. A little bit faster maybe. A little bit of weed. Let's clean that off. I don't think this is the right kind of lure for this. It doesn't have a great deal of swimming action. So, but I've had a perch on it, so happy days. Apologies for the picture. I know people don't like it when you're hanging onto the lip of the fish, but I was in a bit of a rush to try and get it photoed and returned, and with the GoPro not turning on, I didn't want to hang on any longer, so I just took a quick photo and released it. it wasn't in that position for very long. Stunning fish though, absolutely stunning fish. I remember as a kid when I used to waggle a fish, I used to enjoy catching perch because they weren't slimy. I was a bit further out than I thought I was actually. Let's move down to this end. Sort of this end will encompass almost the although for a big fella like me this isn't very much space. I'll sort of get the end of the lock, the end of the Calder and Hebel navigation. I don't know if I had the camera pointed at that, but another one just turning at the surface. So there's fish turning all over. And I'm fishing on the bottom. I don't think it's the right thing to do. Where are you pointing? Oh, someone's having a peck. I'm going to have a go with a crankbait. I really want to have a go with one. I'm going to tie one off and have a go. A bit worried about losing them, but so far I've not found any snags down here. Yeah, I'm going to put one on. Back in a minute, guys. So I'd be interested to see, obviously you can't give me live feedback, I'd be interested to see which one you'd go for. This is a Rapala jointed shad wrap and a Westin buzzbite. I think I'm going to go for the Westin, just because a little bit I say because it's a little bit smaller, but perhaps it's not. But I'm going to go with the Western. I'll tie this off, and I'll bring you back when I'm casting with it. Actually, I just want to show just quickly, I am crushing my barbs, because I know people are going to ask, people are going to say, is he, isn't he? I am crushing my barbs. It's a shame you don't seem to be able to buy these things barbless. I know I can change my hooks, but at this moment in time, I don't know whether there's been an explosion into lure fishing, but getting hold of gear at the moment, it just seems really difficult. I wanted some pike tracers before I came down today. Not that I'm looking for pike, but just because I know they're here. And obviously I don't want to get bitten off and leave a lure in a pike's gob. So I'm just being really careful. I'm trying to avoid areas where I know pike might be lurching. Might be sat around, you know, lurking. But, also, is my fluoro leader still long enough, or do I need to tie another one? It's only about a foot. I think it's long enough. And yes, I know putting this on kind of increases my chance of finding a pike. And I've done a little bit of research, a little bit of homework, as I always do with life and anything I buy, really, and everything I look into. I'm a very research-orientated person. And yes, I'm using a uni knot, not a Palomar knot. I know. But I can't tie a Palomar knot yet. So I'm very research oriented person, and from what I understand, as long as I play it correctly, I shouldn't be too worried. Don't force it, don't horse it. I mean, I wouldn't anyway, because I've only got a £10 leader going to £8 braid. I'll start up this end. So how does this thing work? Oh, you can really feel it. You really feel what it's doing. That's bizarre. I think this thing's supposed to be suspended. It's suspending as well. See how it casts. Okay, so it's very light. Am I supposed to let it rise and fall? I don't really know. I'm just doing a slow retrieve on it. I think rise and fall might be a good idea. It's very light. Only 5 grams. Let's go for the fish in distress. At least it doesn't seem to be hitting bottom, which as far as I'm aware it's not supposed to. Although it is going pretty deep. Not moved yet. I do like that you can feel it a lot more. That's pretty cool. bit further down to the end because I can't quite cast it to where I want to be fishing. It's very light. I might have to try that other one because this is just, I'm struggling to get it out at all. It's not at all where I wanted it to go. Better, slightly. Getting overly confident now. Apologies, I realise I keep turning you away from my casts. It's just how I cast. Oh, I know what I've got. I tried it on the canal and really didn't like it because it was sinking too fast. But here it might be a bit better. Oh, it's very warm down here today. Let's try upstream a little bit. Try retrieving upstream, should I say. Oh, I think I just got bumped. It went light for a second. Oh, that's in the tree. See if I can get it out. Oh, didn't need to flick it that hard. That's a shame. That'd have been quite a nice cast. in the tree again. Well, my line is. Ah, here we go. Oh, god damn it. Keep not expecting it to go that far, and then it does. That's a little bit better, kept it a little bit lower. Oh. Well, I've not seen any interest in the buzzbait so far. Getting better casting it though. Set foot on the ramp and didn't realise. If I catch something from up here, what I'll have to do is play it down the ramp. But I want to have a couple of throws from up here. Not if you'll be able to see all the fish turning out there. But there's a lot of them. Yeah, let's change. I've enjoyed playing with the crankbait, but I just don't think I'm using it right. No, it's not going to go back in its box, is it? Do you know, these trebles just get caught up in everything, don't they? did have rigged up something a bit bigger. Yes, that'll do. I'll try this thing next. I think I've tried this one, so let's make sure I've got my pliers and check the barb. My leader's getting real short. 3/16 lead. A very short leader. Does concern me that the leader's getting really short. If I run out of leader, I'll retreat back to the canal, go sit down, tie a new one. So what do you think? Little roachy looking specimen? I don't know. We'll go back to doing a little bit of jigging. I'll stay up here for a little bit longer though. It's nice up here. Oh, that casts. That casts a little bit further. I'm thinking as I'm in the river, you know, I'm likely to have bigger fish, aren't I? Hang on, is this a paddle tail? It doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to have a great deal of action. Yeah, doesn't seem to have a great deal of. Oh no. Well, let's go down here where I'm seeing all the fish turning. I definitely cast further. It's going to give me a longer retrieve, potentially a higher chance of a fish. No. I don't like this. No, I don't like this guy. This just doesn't feel like he's swimming very well. Yeah.
You got any fish yet, Dad?
So I just retreated back up the canal. Well, I better not fish there. Just to tie on a new leader, around about 2 foot now, and I've gone back to using just a jig, But so I've still got a small jig head on, and I've got a Kofi perch in watermelon lemon. I don't know, purple and yellow. I'm just going to throw this around, but where the lock is ejecting is a little bit darker, so I thought I'd put something with a little bit more colour on. So back to jigging. Talk to you in a little bit. Well, it's home time. That was what, nearly 4 hours I've been out there. 3, nearly 4. One perch to show for my efforts, but I'm happy with that. At the end of the day, that one session today has doubled my entire time on the river and canals, so it's quite a big, quite a steep learning curve. There's a lot to be learned. I think one of the main takeaways from today is, I think both fish I've had, I think on the time that I've spent down here, sort of the most interest I've had has been on those little swing balls. My first perch was caught on a little rummy nose shad. I'll see if I can find it. I think it might actually be on the missus's rod at the moment. I'm not sure. But I got a fair bit of interest in the swing balls. Couple of knocks on the chatterbait. I think I definitely need I need to do more research on how to fish with those. Then there was, what else did I use? The fish bait. The fish bait, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like it was swimming right. So I went back and I changed to a Kofi perch, which I've had varying degrees of success with on the canal for the few hours that I fished it, with regards to getting follows. So I was hoping as I was down in the river that it was going to get some interest, but I don't know. We're well and truly into dusk now. I'm going to call it a night because I am knackered. There's still lots of activity on the surface. I don't know. I've got a popper. Should I have tried a popper? And no, not amyl nitrate. Those days are long behind me. Should I have tried a popper down on the river? Possibly. I don't know. I think next time I'm going to try that rattle trap. I think the Americans call them the rattling crankbait. I'm going to try that next time. I might be back tomorrow. I don't know. I think the missus wants to come out tomorrow, and which means bringing the bairn. So I don't film when I'm doing that. Not because I don't want to show the bairn, but because I want to keep my eyes on her as well as, you know, do a little bit of fishing. So we'll see. Little bit gutted I got moved on from that car park down the bottom there. I'm going to look into that. I'm not too quite sure how right it is claiming that it's private property. I mean, it may well be. I don't know, and I'm not calling the man a liar, but I want to double check because I'm not sure. What else did I try? So swing balls. I tried a sort of roach looking bait. I tried a Kofi perch in lemon and watermelon, purple and yellow. I tried the crankbait. I didn't try a spinner. I have got a spinner. Should I have tried a spinner? I don't know. After this video goes up, if this video goes up, in fact, I think it probably will, because I think it's important to learn from. There's also a box that I was sent. A box that I bought, a lure box that I bought, that's got a load of stuff in it that I would like you guys to sort of go and watch when it releases after this video. Because that's pretty much the extent of the lures that I've got. Is there something in that box that I should have been using tonight instead of what I've used? Please do let me know. Anyway, stay safe. I'll see you later.